Hello and welcome to this episode of the Buried Rat Podcast, the podcast where I talk about a topic I'm interested in. Today's topic is just mourning DEI. I'm just upset. It's like the only way I can describe it. I'm just really upset. Sorry, I technically came here on what would be considered a DEI scholarship. Basically it was just for Black out-of-state students who scored a certain percentage on the SAT. So, that's why I'm here, is because they liked my SAT scores and I'm of a minority group. But DEI applies to more than just Black people, and I think that's really the problem, is when people hear DEI and have been using it recently, it's been more of just a code word for anti-Blackness, anti-Hispanic rhetoric, so on and so forth. But for especially a school like Alabama, it's not just that, and just in general, DEI, some of the biggest benefactors of DEI are white women, because being a woman is still a marginalized group. And here, the thing that I think applies pretty majorly to a school like Alabama is rural and small town scholarships. They give a lot of money out, used to give a lot of money out to people from small towns in the middle of nowhere, because that's how Alabama is. It is a very rural state. Same with Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, Tennessee. There are a lot of people from little rural small towns who might not have the same opportunities as people from bigger cities, and they used to value that and give people money for that, but not anymore because it is DEI. I don't know. I just think it's weird that we moved on so quickly here, and I guess across the country. Here, because it was put into law before anything federal or any type of mandates were done, executive orders. This was before that. The state just decided we don't want DEI, so it was gone, and the university was very complicit. There's a fucking YAF chapter here. I hate YAF, and if you have two thoughts in your head, you should too, but it's just it's not even a right-wing group. That feels way too inaccurate, especially for what it is here. Here, it's just thinly veiled KKK members. They have some ideas that are aren't just, it would be one thing, there's a Young Republicans Club. If that's the way you're gonna swing, fine, whatever. But it's another thing to just actually be a neo-Nazi. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where that group is headed, / has been for a long time. And that's why I'm not in any political clubs on campus, because they're all just so disgusting and hostile. Even Dems and leftists, clubs don't seem to have any, purpose. I don't know. There's not any political clubs here that I think would make any sense to join. That's kind of a side note. But back to DEI. The reason I brought up YAF is because they were one of the first to exclude trans people from their constitution. And they had to do this whole thing, go back and forth with the university to allow them to be discriminatory, essentially. And the school was oh yeah, we're good with that. That's fine. So they had to say that they're not. I'm also a club president. I'm not saying of what club here. But we had to change our constitution because ours initially said the club is welcoming of all people regardless of race, age, gender, sexuality, so on and so forth. It was just a really exhaustive list. I wasn't the one who wrote it. I just joined the club, and when I was president, they said you have to update it. So I resubmitted the original, and I just changed the date. But then I got it back from the student organization office thing, and they were saying you literally cannot use this because it doesn't have our exact wording of like who you're allowed to exclude. And the way, I'm just going to pull it up now. Yeah, here it is. So they have a non-discrimination clause, and this is the exact, I guess they changed this one. Well, they added something to this one, but the first part of it is the same for every organization, and every organization has to use this exact wording. Membership in registered student organizations shall be open to all students of the University of Alabama without regard to any federally protected class, except in the cases of designated fraternal organizations exempted by federal law from Title IX regulations concerning discrimination on basis of sex. So basically, you're not allowed to like explicitly mention race, gender, or sexuality. You just have to do this like very vague bullshit. Because I don't believe trans people are federally protected, which is why they did it that way. But this one also put a note that says religious student groups will not be denied registration solely because they limit membership or leadership positions to students who share the same religious beliefs. I don't know. There's also a lot of religious groups on Alabama's campus, as I'm sure you probably figured. But like, I don't know. It's just not something that I really... Well, it's definitely not something I engage with, but not something I really thought about. Like, how that is also kind of discriminatory. I don't know. There's a lot of things where I'm like, it's hard to say if something's discriminatory or not when it's something made for a group by a group. In Alabama, there are a lot of like, it'll be just like blah 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 club. Like, I think there's like law students, but then there's like black law students. There'll be pre-med and then black pre-med. And it's not that the white one technically wouldn't allow black students in it, but it's also because of like historical precedent, because they used to not. And same with Greek life. Obviously, I do not fuck with Greek life. I'm hopefully gonna make an entire episode about that soon, if I haven't uploaded that already. But yeah, Greek life is just, it's not good in any capacity. But the white sororities and fraternities here were discriminating up until 2016, I believe, against like students of color from joining, and now they like literally like the state level and like national level representatives of these sororities and fraternities had to come step in and be like, hey, you actually like can't be racist in 2016. Let's like maybe let some black people in. But it was something that gained like national attention because, you know, what the fuck. So it's not that black people can't join those things, it's that a lot of us don't feel safe in majority white spaces like that. So we're not going to be in those majority white spaces. Because, I mean, they don't have the power to discriminate now, but they used to, and that general energy still carries to this day, is that it's not a great place for a lot of black students. So black students have their own organizations, which in my head makes total sense. It's literally a thing of just safety and protection. It's not a thing of like, we don't like these white people. No, I don't feel safe. Like, I literally do not feel safe. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to say, really. Yeah, I don't know. This is more just like a free-flowing kind of like word vomit about DEI, but it's really sad in my opinion that DEI is technically gone in Alabama, although I don't really have hope that it'll come back here, but I have hope on a national level, maybe. Also, I forgot, Project 2025 is also just available online. You can fully go read it. A lot of what's in Project 2025 is starting to unfold now. As of recording this, it's, April of 2026. So, like, a good amount of stuff has happened. Like, ICE is at all airports, essentially, and it just... I think I've rambled enough. If anyone has any thoughts about DEI and how it's gone now, please leave them in the comments. I want to hear some other people who are either being affected, they know someone who's affected. I mean, really everyone apart from a very small minority of people, are going to be affected. Anyway, sorry for rambling so much. I hope you at least found something insightful from this video. If not, my bad. Hopefully the next one won't be as sad, but I really just needed to get this out. DI is a good thing. Yeah. Bye-bye.